I just seen this story, right? I don't know what made me think about it, but I remember seeing a video about this old star from Baywatch named Loni Willison, right? I remember seeing a story about her how she went from Baywatch to being homeless and stuff, right? So this was a while ago that I seen this. So it just popped back on social media. So I decided to just click on and listen because they were naming five, as you can see, five famous actresses who became homeless or broke, right? Now, this first lady who I'm talking about, Loni Willison, when I say she was a targeted individual, just listen to what she said. And it started when I want to say after she tried to press charges on her boyfriend at the time, who was also co-starring as David Hasselhoff's son on Baywatch, right? But just listen to what she said out of her mouth.
Number 1. Loni Willison. Loni Willison was a former actress and fitness model who married Jeremy Jackson, a former Baywatch star, in 2012. Their marriage ended in 2014 after Willison accused Jackson of physical abuse. After that, Loni Willison suffered from mental health and substance abuse issues, which ultimately led to her becoming homeless in 2016. Since then, Willison has been spotted living on the streets of Los Angeles, looking for food in dumpsters, and pushing a shopping cart.
Just watch what she say though. If this is not electronic torture, I don't know what is. She described it. Just listen.
Filled with her possessions. Loni Willison claims in interviews that someone tortured her in her apartment by electrocuting her every day for almost a year. She says that this caused her to be sensitive to electricity, which is why she couldn't live inside. She also shows a badly broken.
So did you hear what she said? She said that someone was torturing her in her own home, basically with EMF. Because I told y'all in my situation, me being tortured like that instantly made me hypersensitive to it too. So it's like instantly when they start torturing me, I already know that I could open up my app on my phone, which is Electro Smart, and it's gonna say that the readings are high. Like literally I could sit on camera and wait for them to start and opening up the application and show y'all before I open to tell y'all that the numbers are having because they're attacking me now. It literally made me so hypersensitive to electricity. I just want to run back what they said she said. I'm gonna do further research on this story because I definitely believe she was targeted.
Her every day for almost a year.
I definitely believe she was targeted after filing those charges against the dude Jeremy Jackson that she was dating. Like I said, I'm gonna do more research on this story, but it caught me off guard when she said that because I know for a fact that that is gang stalking and the electronic torture and harassment that she's speaking about. So she was being gang stalked without knowing it. She done got hooked on drugs. So she done went from being an actress to being tortured in her own home, according to her, giving her testimony, addicted to drugs, homeless, losing everything. That's exactly what the program does to you.
In dumpsters and pushing a shopping cart filled with her possessions. Loni Willison claims in interviews that someone tortured her in her apartment by electrocuting her every day for almost a year. She says that this caused her to be sensitive to electricity, which is why she couldn't live inside. She also shows.
That is crazy. I got to do more research on this story. Okay, so I did a quick search on YouTube about her talking about it, or either seeing what I could find out about it. Now this is from the Daily Mail. It's supposed to be, and this was 5 years ago. Just listen to what they're saying.
Losing her job and suffering mental health issues.
So this part is really explained basically her issues with maintaining the job, and but when you hear how it is that she was losing these jobs, okay, from one she was fired, from another one they refused to pay her. Let me see what else. Just let's listen.
She was working as an assistant at a cosmetic surgery center in Law, but was fired. and then worked for a realtor who, she says, refused to pay her.
So we got all the financial sabotage in place because she after she filed charges against the Jeremy Jackson dude, she lost her job on Baywatch. So after that, she lost her job. She was fired from the LA Cosmetic surgeon assistant job. And then she worked for a realtor company that refused to pay her.
Loni also convinced herself she was being tortured in her apartment with electricity, a mental health issue she still desperately needs help with today.
Okay, so they're saying that she's saying out of her own mouth that she was being tortured with electricity in her own apartment. But did you hear how the voice said that's a mental illness that she still suffer from today? This is crazy. This crazy because from going through the program, when you hear other people's stories and they don't understand how they became, got placed in that situation, how they lose it all, how they fall from grace or whatever or whatnot, when you're seeing and hearing their testimony and watching their story unfold in your face, is key indicators where it's gonna automatically click and register to you. Like her story sound awfully a lot like gang stalking. Then when you start to really dig into it and watching and listening, it becomes apparent that without a doubt that she was a targeted individual. She became one, and she became one when it seems like she tried to file charges on Jeremy Jackson. I mean, I'm not, hey, this is all speculative, but from my experience and what I've been going through and for what I learned about the program, this is this is the program.